Part of the restaurant at Rhodes Memorial was gutted in a fire this morning. At about 8:45, the city's fire and rescue service was alerted to the vegetation fire above Philip Khosana Drive. Fire crews were immediately dispatched to the scene, with the fire currently spreading from Rhodes Memorial towards UCT. Now, a section of the tea room at Rhodes Memorial has been destroyed and people are urged not to enter the area. More assistance is on the way to fight the blaze, including 3 helicopters that will waterbomb the area. Well, we're joined now by reporter Athi Mtongana, who has been tracking this for us since this morning. A very good afternoon to you, Athi. Can you just give us an update with regards to those helicopters that were bombing the area? Has the fire been successfully extinguished as yet?
Not at the stage. This fire is certainly going to keep the firefighters on the ground busy, as well as those that are, of course, trying to assist through the aerial support. Of course, like you mentioned, 3 choppers have been deployed by the City of Cape Town's Fire and Rescue Services. They've been water bombing various areas around Rhodes Memorial, close to UCT. There's a restaurant that is up the mountain close to Rhodes Memorial. Half of it was gutted. In fact, we were speaking to some of the cyclists and the hikers around there who spoke about an explosion that they heard close to the restaurant, and so the staff members there had to be evacuated. The manager who I managed to speak to there says no injuries have been reported, but unfortunately, though, there are some firefighters who have been injured throughout the fire that has been raging across this particular area around Rhodes Memorial and UCT. You can see that their hands, of course, were affected. Many of them now taken to the nearest hospital, with a few of them actually who were affected and who were badly injured as a result of trying to assist in putting out the fire. Now, I want to move out of shot and show you that the fire is so unpredictable due to the direction of the wind. It has literally jumped from across the mountain to basically now affect this house in Rondebosch. This is, of course, the area close to UCT. This property has now been gutted, all of it up in flames. We have not heard of any injuries at this stage. We believe most of the residents living close by here at UCT managed to evacuate, although there is no official word from the Cape Town's City and Fire Rescue Service to evacuate any resident at the stage, but residents have been cautioned to close their windows and to just adhere to all the warnings that they're issuing out just as a precautionary measure. They are saying that residents should close all windows and doors to prevent draft and reduce heat, and should there be an immediate threat to your property, damp down your garden and use a hose or irrigation system. So wildfire creates smoky conditions, so it's important for everyone to reduce the exposure to smoke. I can tell you the entire area is filled thick with smoke. Firefighters are all over the place. It's very difficult right now to say that the fire is in one place because it jumps and moves. It's smoky. When you drive along some of these roads on the M3 outbound, you cannot barely see anything because the roads are filled with such thick smoke. Traffic officials have closed some of the roads leading to these areas where it would be difficult for any vehicle driver to be able to drive. So the M3 outbound is closed at Hospital Bend. Traffic has been diverted towards the N2. Firefighters deployed all over. They are actually being assisted, the City of Cape Town that is. It is being assisted by the Table Mountain National Parks, as well as other firefighting services that have been roved in to try and assist, because what is quite dangerous about this fire is that it is fanned by these strong winds, and it just picks up and flares up from different directions, and that is why the City of Cape Town is deploying as many services as they can to try and put out this fire. Some students actually from UCT have evacuated from the residences close by that were affected. The fire was just basically raging towards the back of UCT, closer, of course, to Rhodes Memorial. We saw students there hectically and panicking, evacuating their residence, of course, noticing that the fire was getting closer and closer to them. A few properties have now been affected because what happens is that the wind just fans the fire and it happens to just blow over. It literally blew over right across from UCT to this property that you're seeing right now in front of you.
Well, Athi, we'll just have to leave it there. We want to avoid you getting too much smoke inhalation yourself. Our reporter there, Athi Mtongana, coming to us live from Cape Town at Rhodes Memorial, where one of the restaurants has caught fire. But clearly, as you can see from that report, the fire is spreading uncontrollably, and also that's due to the winds that are fanning heavily in that area.